All right. Let's get the TV in. Who is that? Is that Dave Hebler? Guys, I'll tell you what a stressy day I've had with the phone calls. How are we all? All right. Morning, defending Elvis Presley. I really apologize for making you wait the way I have. I don't like making you wait that long. You know I'm always late. I thoroughly, from the bottom of my heart, apologize. So, do you guys have your cups of tea? Have you got your coffee? I'm going to be here a while. I'm just going to go through some of your comments. Are you all receiving me? And good morning to you. My wife's here as well. The dog's here as well, as you can hear. Now, remember what I said yesterday. The dog only barks if I go live. The dogs only bark if I go live. Now, just so you know, I run properties. Yeah, guys, I think, do you guys know that? Me and my twin brother, we run properties. Yeah, quite a few. Which is why I'm home a lot, because really, when you run properties, you're not working that much. You're more organizing. We do go in and do repairs. We do go in and sometimes we have to clear out loads of rubbish, stuff like that. So I was on the phone for absolutely ages dealing with property stuff, but quite serious stuff, but nothing to worry about. But it had to be dealt with. Yeah, it had to be sorted. So I've sorted it now. Yeah. So I can chat with you guys. Right. So let me just tell everyone that we're live. Right, okay, let me just right, so the dog, of course, does he just want to go out? No. So guys, look at we got some Christmas decorations up. My wife has been, you can't really see because a lot of it is that way and a lot of it is in the lounge. My wife has done such a good job with the Christmas decorations. I have done nothing. My wife's done it all. Is that right? You said, yeah, we go live, the dog barks. We go, it's just, that's what happens, yeah? Yeah, maybe it's the word live, Linda. Maybe it's the word live. Colin, thank you for joining us. Colin, good morning to you, Colin. So just so you know, it is 10:23. Ayisa, well, my wife's good at it. She's good at it. My wife knows how to decorate and make things look pretty. I don't. Look, right, you just keep letting him out, I would. Okay, right. Now I do have something I want to go through with you guys. There is, I think it was one of the subscribers on Defending Elvis Presley's posted. Let me just go to it a minute. Defending, where are we? Posted. I don't know if any of you have heard of Fern Cotton. Fern Cotton. She is a BBC Radio British interviewer. Can you just let him out, please? Just let him out. He'll go out in. Eventually, he'll be like, you know what he's like. Out. He'll go out. Then she'll go out. Then he'll bark to come back in. Then he'll forget that he's gone out because she's 15 and she's a bit senile. So then she'll bark to go back out again. Then she'll come in, and then she'll go and stand by the other door, the white one behind me, and she'll bark standing at that door. And so we'll let her out of there. And then once she's out of there, she'll bark to come back in. So she'll do that all day. Right, live. Okay, so where are we now? We're just telling everyone that we're live. Right, is Deborah on? Deborah, are you on? Yes, Deborah's on. Let's tell Elizabeth, because I know Elizabeth likes the... Elizabeth, there we go. Live now. There's a few... Now I've reduced the amount of people I'm messaging. I only want to message people that want to be here. Yeah, I'm not going to message 50 people. I'm going to only message the few that join us here. So if anyone wants me to message them, please message me, and I promise you I will message you. Yeah. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, where are we? So guys, you can put me on your Facebook, and I promise you on Messenger I will message you when we go live. Now let's just quickly tell a few people. Elizabeth, no. Elizabeth, are you on? Ayisa, how are you? I think we've got Linda, Colin, Philomena, and Pat, and Jean. Gio, how are you, my friend? Yeah, Gio, you're right. I did just buy the tree. Quite a nice tree as well. Have you seen the tree? Let me just. I took a picture of it yesterday. Let's have a look. My wife bought a lovely tree. Right, let me just show it to you. This is my wife's beautiful work on the tree. Look at that. Yeah. That. And then there's the other tree. Let me just take a picture of it. Okay, let me just show you the other tree. Beautiful trees, beautiful. All of my wife's hard work. Look at that, guys. Now we have definitely, my wife has created a lovely space in this room and in the lounge. The whole house feels Christmassy. We've even got decorations outside on the front of the house as well. So we're definitely in the Christmas spirit. Now, you know I'm a Christian guy. So it isn't just about eating and presents for me. It's more than that. Right, okay, let me just check through your comments. Come on, Linda, you got to get your tree out. We've got two Lindas. How are you, both of you? Right, so Deborah's off to make some beef soup. Yeah, Linda, you may win the lottery. I was told that the way you get things is you act like it's already happened. Yeah? Can't remember who told me this years ago. You act like it's already happened. Yeah? So whatever you dream for in your life, you put your mindset in, it's already happened. And I found that works. You have to be patient. Doesn't happen straight away. But be patient, guys. Right, let's have a look. Thank you all for waiting for me. I really appreciate it. Hi, Jane. Let's have a look. Are we going to talk salt? Ayisa, what is that? Salt WC is the heel teas. Oh, salt. Yeah, you do have to have the best salt, good quality salt. Celtic salt is a good one. There are some cheap salts. I learned you can buy cheap salts that they're not really salts, they're preservatives. Now, they don't work as good as the real, genuine, good salt. If anything, the salt we're using at the moment is a bit of a cheap one. So I want to get some genuine salts. Did you know that? Some salts are preservatives. They're not actually salt. Didn't know that. I only learned that yesterday. So I'm going to buy some good salt, guys. Linda, I was really careful. Plus, let's just keep looking. I'm just reading your comments. Right, I will comment on the comments. Now, right, let's have a look. Some of them I'm not going to read out because you guys know. Right, okay. Right. Right. Guys, it's best we focus on Elvis, anything connected to Elvis, Elvis books, Elvis videos. We're not just defending Elvis, we're also an Elvis channel, so we cover all different topics. We are also going to cover the books that get a reaction, because I feel that we need to break them down and see if we can learn from these books, try and understand books like this. Obviously the other one is where is it? I can't find it now. The obviously Elvis, What Happened, that gets a big reaction. But we're also doing, you know, all the other books. Now, even this book, I love this book. This book is amazing. But I tell you now, it's going to get a bit, as we go into it, I think we're on chapter 9, are we? It's going to start saying things negative about Elvis. It will. We're not going to get away from the fact that even this book here, which I absolutely love, it's going to have some negative things about Elvis. We're not going to. We run an Elvis channel. We of course we also defend Elvis, but we're going to hear some negative stuff. We're trying to be truthful and honest. We're not trying to put Elvis on some pedestal like he was a perfect person, like he was some kind of god. We're just giving a broad, general look at Elvis from the point of view that we are an Elvis channel that also defends Elvis. Yeah. So we're not going to limit ourselves by not trying to understand these books. Now, even this book here, guys, there's lots of negative stuff in this book about Elvis. You actually will be quite upset with some of the things that are in this book, but we're going to read it. We are going to go through this book. We're going to read the good and the bad. So let me give you another example. Now, this book is horrible. This book is, honestly, I really can't stand how Elvis has been portrayed in this book, his image, his reputation. I cannot stand it. Yeah. But we have to go through it and pick out the lies, pick out the wrongdoing that Priscilla did with Elvis. We have to show people that this has seriously damaged Elvis's image, reputation, and legacy. And it has damaged Elvis's reputation for like 40 years, more or less. Yeah. So we're going to read it. We're going to read it. It's not because we're trying to promote it. It's not because we agree with it. We have to read it. We have to understand these books. Even this, you know, the Are You Lonesome Tonight? I think we're up to chapter 4. We've had Nancy has been commenting to me. A lot of comment. Nancy, I appreciate all your comments. Now, Nancy is a subscriber. She heavily believes this book. Now, she sent me a lot of long messages, and we're going to go through her messages. She's trying to explain to me why she feels the book is truthful. I'm going to go through all of her comments, and we're going to discuss this book with her. When we read the next chapter, which is later on today, I am going to go through all of Nancy's comments. Nancy, I just want you to know, I know how much this means to you. I fully respect this is important to you, and we will go through your comments bit by bit and try and understand why you believe this book. Now, I'll be honest with you, I, at the moment, do not, but we're only on chapter 3. You may change my mind. As we research, I personally do not think this book does any harm to Elvis. There's nothing I've read so far that makes me think that this in any way damages Elvis's image, reputation, or legacy. No, I really don't see any. I actually find this book very harmless, very harmless. One thing I do believe is that Dari Matira, the author, genuinely believes everything in this book. I do think that. The author, even Kathy, who's been helping me with this book, they genuinely believe this book, and I'm going to respect that. Now, that doesn't mean I believe it. It doesn't mean I believe it. But as we go through this book, we're going to be very critical. We're going to review it. We're going to try and understand why people believe it. I want you guys to make up your own mind. At the end of chapter 3, I did get to a point and I just thought, I don't believe this. It's all too far-fetched. I found the whole thing felt made up. felt like just a very interesting story. That's how I felt. It doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. That's just how I felt. But as we read more chapters, we'll just see. Guys, we don't know, do we? We weren't there. A lot of the stuff in this book happened when Elvis was 18. Yeah, I think Lucy was only 16 as well. So who knows? We've been told about the diary, that Lucy had a diary. A couple of people messaged me because one of the questions that I asked about that book, one of the questions I was asked about the book was about, she was doing some TV appearances, some dancing, yeah. And I said, do we have any proof of that? So a couple of people messaged me that there is proof, but I still haven't seen it. Some people have said to me there is proof. I think Dari may have contacted the TV companies or something like that, but I still want to see proof, because a lot of people are giving me stories. They're saying to me, oh, it must be true because of the diary. Yeah, the diary, yeah. One of the things that was said to me was, well, the reason the details are so intricate, because there's some very intricate details in this book about what happened all the way back then in the 50s, yeah, is because she kept a diary, and that she didn't want anyone to see her diary, but eventually she allowed the diary to be used. Well, where's the diary? I want to know where the diary is. I'm sure someone's going to give me the answers to that. What else was there's just a lot of people have been throwing information to me in the comments on the YouTube videos on my channel. Yeah, a lot of people are telling me why it's true, but no proof. They're saying, oh, but this happened and that happened, and I believe this, and did you know this, and did you know that? Oh, and what about this? I'm getting a lot of that, but I've not had one piece of evidence, not even one piece. I just want any evidence that even when they bring up DNA and blood tests and all that, there's no proof. Even when they say to me that Gracelands has refused a DNA test, where's the proof that they refused it? So every time someone speaks to me, I always want to say, but where's the proof? Where's the proof? Yeah. Now, if you do believe this story, yeah, I fully respect you. Fully respect, guys. No personal problem here. You believe what you want to believe. Yeah. I fully respect people that are for it or against it. Okay, guys? We can agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree. At the moment, I'm not convinced at the moment. But let's see how it unfolds. That's why we're here. Team Elvis. We come together and we go through these things. Right, I'm going to have to warm my coffee up, but before I do, I'm going to just quickly check your messages. Right. So thank you. There's 40 of you with us. Team Elvis, welcome here. I did want to comment about what things that we've been speaking about, yeah, in your comments. I'm not going to say names because I don't want to do that, yeah? So now listen, guys. I want you to understand. I just want to thank all of you guys that have supported me. Yeah, many of you have supported me through this strange thing that's happening. So I just want you to guys, I want you to understand. The people, you guys that have stood by me, whilst how can I say it? Because I don't want to mention people, right? You guys that have stood by me through this ridiculous situation, yeah, I really appreciate it. And unfortunately, some have not stood by me and have gone to the wayside, yeah. I can't tell people what to do. I can't tell people what to think, believe, none of that. I can't do any of that, yeah. I assure you, I am a family man. I have a very soft, kind heart. I assure you, yeah. I have 6 kids, 5 with my wife. Me and my wife have been together nearly 20 years. We are very happy. Do we argue? Of course we do. We're normal people. So what I want to say to you guys is the reason I'm an Elvis fan is because Elvis saved my life when I was very young. I was, how can I say, I was brutally treated by my father as a child. Elvis took me out of that. Discovering Elvis at 4 years old took me out of that. Elvis was my escape from the world I was in at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I was abused, not in a sexual way, I was abused by a violent man until I was, I'm going to get upset. Hang on. Right. I was abused by a violent man until I was 14, from age 4 to 14. Okay? Elvis took me away from all that. Elvis. So I run my Elvis channel from the heart. I truly, truly love Elvis. Truly. I can't even put it into words just how much Elvis means to me, how much Elvis helped me and saved me. Now, I'm a very fortunate person. I have a twin brother who is after my wife and kids. My twin brother is the most important thing to me. Very, very lucky. I'm very, very lucky. Yeah. Obviously, my wife comes first, and the kids. I literally live for them. Yeah. And my twin brother. I'm a very lucky man. I have an amazing life. I feel very, very lucky. Yeah. So I have a very good life. We are a very good-hearted family, and my wife is one of the nicest people you will ever meet. I don't think you'll ever meet anyone as nice as my wife. She is the most kindest, lovely person, yeah, that you could ever imagine. Yeah. We don't forget, we've been together nearly 20 years. We've been through thick and thin together. So any bullshit that is said about me is not true. Please, guys, please just use your common sense and understand that what is happening outside of our channel is bullshit. Total bullshit. Right, I won't mention names. Yeah. I forgive. I fully forgive. I have a kind heart. I fully forgive. Fully. No bad feelings. We've done nothing wrong here. We have done nothing wrong here. We are just an Elvis channel that also defends Elvis. We are a very friendly, kind, welcoming channel. Yeah? That's what we are. It's all love, kindness. I don't want to, the forgiveness thing is just second nature to me. I have no hate for anybody. I have no hate. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm disappointed with some people that are probably watching now. I'm disappointed that some people are believing the bullshit. That you guys, I'm looking at you now. You guys that believe that there is any ounce of truth in the bullshit that is being said about us, our channel, about me. Come on, guys. Let's use some common sense. There's something very wrong. In what's being said. It's not normal. But we fully forgive. I am a Christian man. I wouldn't even hurt a fly. When I go for dog walks, if I see a worm crawling on the pavement, I pick up the worm and put it in the mud so it can get back in and so it will live. I wouldn't even hurt a fly. If I see a spider, I pick up the spider and I put it in a safe place. I don't have a mean bone in my body. It's ridiculous how good-hearted I am. Me and my twin brother are very kind people because we both suffered serious abuse. So when we grew older, we changed. We promised that we would only be kind, only be good. So guys, my last words to you about this topic, and I'm saying nothing about other people because I don't want to, is it's all bullshit. None of it is true. And you guys that have let me down, that have stopped joining our channel because you believe the bullshit and the lies that are being said about me, I'm very disappointed in you, but I also forgive you. I fully forgive you. Guys, it's all about love and kindness. Right, I want to warm up my coffee. And my last thing to you guys, I'm so grateful to you guys. I'm so grateful that you guys have stood by me. There's 40 people watching. I forgive anyone that has been misled and has fallen for the bullshit. I forgive you as well. I forgive you as well. Please don't fall for it. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let me just read the comments and then I'm going to warm up my tea. And we do have a topic. Now, please never bring it up again. Never mention that person ever. I do, and I want to say this one thing. I do not watch that person's channel ever. I never, ever watch it. Ever. Never mention it to me again, even on Messenger, even on here. Please do not do it. Yeah? And I'm asking that in a real kind way. Okay, guys? Right. Okay. When I got it, I started to think. Right, so I think we're talking about the book, yeah? When I got it, I started to think it could be true, but as I was getting to the end, I went back the other way and think people believe it. It's wonderful story and they want it to be true. Yeah, but that, it is. It does so far. It's very, very, very interesting. Right, Linda, Louis, when you get to blood test, I'll resend you the information I found, and it'll be a shortened version. Thanks, Linda. But remember, when we're discussing this book, you guys are giving me different opinions, which is great. You're giving me different information, which is good because I'm learning. Yeah, but I will only accept stuff that can be proved. Now, we'll discuss the information you give me, but I will only take seriously proved things. Proof. We must have proof. Documentation. Really important to me. Right. Let's have a look. So Linda says, I want proof. I'm not believing it. Sorry if I offended him. No, Linda, that's how I feel. I want proof. I want proof. I'm still going to give lots of respect to the people that do believe it. We just take one's opinion, shall we? I want to know. Yeah, Ayisa, yes, Ayisa. We've all got different opinions. Yeah, let's learn together. Team Elvis, we learn together, okay? Yeah, Karen, you got it. Right, we've got into Aldi's conversation because of them selling pink Himalayan salt. Yeah. Yeah, you want, there's some salts that are not salts. They're just preservative. They're not good for you. They're not good for you guys. You need real salt. Right. I guess that Desiree. Oh, hi, Manja. Manja, how are you? I guess, now, is Manja our newest member? Manja, let me just check. Manja, I just want to thank you. I want to thank all the new members, by the way. Now, don't forget, I love you guys becoming members. It's only $1 a month. Thank you so much. It's very important. So the last, Manja, thank you so much for becoming a member. So Manja Sorensen, thank you. We've also got Caroline Gilbert. Thank you so much. And we've got Susan at Let's Talk with Susan Bennett. She has a YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it. We have Janet KS. We have Mary. Elizabeth has just rejoined. We've got Betty Heath and Colleen has just rejoined. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's really important. It's only $1 a month, guys. It's nothing, but it makes me happy. Right. So, thanks, Jane. Come on, you would, guys, if I wasn't a nice person, you would have worked that out by now. You would have sussed me out. My wife must like me. We've been together 19 years. And she is a very strong-minded person. Guys, if you think that I control my wife, you're so wrong. My wife is a very, very strong-minded person. My wife does exactly what she wants. In fact, if I ever tell my wife anything, she laughs at me. Laughs at me. She is the boss of our house. My wife decides everything. Everything. Where we go on holiday, where we go for the day, how we shop, what we eat, how the house is decorated, what the kids do. My wife is the boss. I just follow around like a little sheep. I'm like, yes, yes, next, what shall I do next? That's me. So please don't think that I overpower my wife, guys. Never, never. Right. So thank you. So we've got, thanks, Karen. I tell you what, I've found out who my friends are through this. The last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I've completely found out the genuine people that are here, that are supporting me through Team Elvis, through defending Elvis Presley. 100%, guys. I know exactly who you are. And unfortunately, some of you have been targeted. I won't say names. Some of you have been targeted, and I apologize that that's even happened. I apologize that some of you have been targeted, but we forgive. We forgive. No bad feelings. We forgive. Forgive, 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 forgive. Now, if any of you are waiting for YouTube to fix this situation, they won't. YouTube ain't going to do nothing. So we just stand together. We stand united, yeah? But we always forgive. We come from love and forgiveness and kindness, yeah? Bless you, Louis. I get the same about my mum doing it. It doesn't go away. Yes. Thank you, Shuri. Don't worry, Yisa. Louis, we understand. We are here for you. We know that you are sincere. That's all that matters. Oh, thank you. Come on, you guys. It doesn't take much common sense to know my personality and who I am in here. It doesn't take much. Come on. Thanks, Jean. You're too kind to me. We can have a group hug. Group hug, guys. Let's have a look. I am from Denmark, in case you find something odd about my spelling. Hi, Manja. No, there's nothing wrong with your spelling. Your spelling is great. Well, Denmark, welcome to our channel. Welcome to Team Elvis. Welcome, Manja. Can everyone say hello to Manja? She's the newest member. And Caroline, the newest members. And Susan as well. Karen, we are a very special family. Yes, we come together every day. Every day, we talk every day together. We know each other, don't we? I know that we're not sat in the same room, but we may as well be. I invite you guys into my kitchen, and we're just a family. We just have things in common. Elvis, defending Elvis, but we've also got to know each other. We know each other's problems. We know each other's ups and downs. That's special, guys. Even my wife knows how special it is, the friendship we've created as Team Elvis. My wife totally thinks it's lovely. My wife thinks it's lovely. Now, does my wife get annoyed at me because I'm on the laptop all the time? Yeah, she does, which of course she does, yeah. But she fully supports me. She fully supports me. And my wife knows every time I do a live, she knows I'm doing it. She knows it. There's no secrets. She knows it. So do my kids, guys. You see my kids in the background. You see the dogs. Everyone is fully aware of what I'm doing. This is my passion. Defending Elvis is my passion. Being with you guys has become my second family. Yeah? There's nothing fake here, guys. Nothing fake. Elvis puts us all together. Ayisa, that is so, I love that. Ayisa, that is one of my favorite comments I've ever read. Elvis puts us all together here. Guys, let's say it again. Elvis puts us all together here. Elvis, we're here for Elvis. Elvis brought us here. Wow. Now that's a good comment. Ayisa, you get a gold star for that. That is amazing. That's one of the best comments I've ever read. Thank you so much. Ayisa. Wow. Love it. Let's all thank Ayisa for that. That is so good. We can't give oxygen to any bad stuff. Best to ignore. Yes, Linda. Yes. Yes, that Jane. You got it. Bullshit is the word. I get my strength from Elvis. I can get really down with panicky and feeling, and Elvis gets me through the day. Yes, Luan. I could give that answer that you've just given, Luan, another amazing comment, right? I get my strength from Elvis. Come on. That's why we're here. God, I can't put it any better than that. When I was 4 years old, and I was obviously the life I had, I was very, very poor. Very poor. Yeah. The house I lived in was derelict. I lived in one room. In that one room, there was a washing machine, a dryer, a bath, a lounge, so a sofa, a kitchen, a utility room, and there was a door to the roof that was my garden. That's how I lived until I left home. I left home at 15. The room leaked, the roof leaked, the door that went onto the roof leaked. So the whole room was drafty. I would have to sit on my sofa and watch my family bath, including my mum and dad, including my brothers and sisters. I had a very, very basic upbringing in one room. And then what we would do, there was 2 rooms upstairs where we would sleep. Yeah. So my life, I completely understand what it feels like to have nothing. I used to get one present at Christmas and I would cry on Christmas Day. I would cry on my birthday. I was very, very poor. My family was very, very poor. And then we had this derelict cafe on the ground floor that had no customers. So we lived a very Spartan life. And then we've got my father, who was a violent man and a gambler, a very serious gambler. So we had no money. My point is this, guys. My start in life was very humble. It was very basic, which is why now I don't take anything for granted. I do not. I mean, I'm very lucky. Me and my twin brother, I left home when I was 15. And we got into business when I was 19. It was a complete gamble. I sold my car to get into business. I took out a bank loan. My brother sold his car to get into business. He took out a bank loan. And that is how we got into business. And we worked over 100 hours a week for 30 years. The reason I was able to retire, semi-retire, when I was 46 was because of 30 years of working. So when you guys see me at home every day with an easy life, doing videos almost every day, defending Elvis Presley, there's 30 years of hard work behind me. And yes, I'm now in a very secure position. I own my home. I own lots of businesses with my twin brother, and financially I'm fine. Yeah. But I came from a very, how can I say it? Remember, I didn't know any different. I grew up in this house, in this room, where I watched my mum and dad and the kids bath, and we cooked in the same room, and we did the washing up in the same room, and we watched TV in the same room, and everything was in that one room. And the roof that was our garden was a dangerous roof. Our garden was a small rooftop with no walls. Very dangerous. We played on that roof. the crazy life I came from. Yeah. So once I left home at 15, the violence stopped. Once I left home at 15, the violence stopped. And I had a very successful life. I've had a brilliant life, guys. I've had a very, very successful life. Me and my brother, my twin, who I worship, have done fantastic. It's unbelievable just how well we did. Just two of us, yeah. And I feel very grateful. I'm grateful for every day. I'm grateful for every breath I take. Every moment of the day is special to me, and my heart is good. All I care about is forgiveness, kindness, sharing, just in every way, good. I would never hit my kids. I would never hit my wife. I have never hit any of my kids ever. Never, not even once. I have never hit my wife ever, not even once. Yeah, that's me. That's how I am. Okay, guys. Right. And even guys, when you guys send me a coffee or something like that, I give it to my wife. I give it to my kids. Yeah. Please understand that. I'm not in the shop buying hundreds of coffees. If any of you guys send me a coffee or a thank you or a super thank you, I give it to my kids. I give it to my wife. Yeah. Please understand that. Right. I appreciate it because it shows me that you like what I do. I love the fact that you give me a pat on the back and go, oh, thanks a lot. We like what you do. Here's a coffee. Here's a super thank you. I love it because it's your way of being kind to me. But I don't need it. I don't need it. I appreciate it because I'm a bit childish. I like a gold star. I like a thank you. I like appreciation. But I don't need it. I don't need it. Please understand that. Right, pray for those who spitefully hurt you. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Deborah, I fully agree. And in the situation that we are now in, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I completely agree. I 100% agree. I fully forgive. No bad feeling, no hate. I wish everyone well for the future. Everyone. Hi, Sandra. Jane doesn't even make. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, guys. Right, let's just have a look. Let's read the last few comments. What's that? Let's have a look. Okay, so it's just skipped through, guys. Sorry. Where are we? Da, 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 da. Okay. Here we go. Right, so Mr. Katz. Hi, Mr. Katz. Tell me your name, Mr. Katz, so we know what to call you. Anyone that can see you're genuine. I've only been here a few days, though mostly in the background. I'm not in the chat often, but I think you're a great. Thank you, Mr. Katz. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Not just me, all of us. We're a lovely family. We're a kind family. The names that we've been called recently is disgusting. Right. So let's have a look. I'm just calling my eyes with cold cloth. Hi, Luann. Fact, Pat loves our family. Yeah, thank you. And we love you. Always see you on here. It's all nonsense. Don't worry. Thank you, Linda. She does. She gives me those eyes like Aurora, like, oi, you on that laptop again? It makes me laugh. It does. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, we're a welcoming manja. We love new members. We love new people joining us. We love it. Oh, Luann, I send you love. I had 4 brothers, but I didn't know we were poor because of my parents. Yeah. I didn't mind being poor. It's okay. I didn't mind being poor. I minded the abuse. That's the bit I minded. In fact, I probably liked being poor. because I don't know, you appreciate everything more, don't you? When you have less, you appreciate what you do have. You made it through, Louis. Look what you have achieved. Oh, thanks, Linda. Thanks a lot. Me and my twin brother, we're very proud of what we've achieved. Very, very proud. Hard work does pay. Hard work does pay. Louis, you need to stop justifying yourself. We know what sort of man you are. It's obvious. Oh, thank you. And do you know what? Team Elvis, you're lovely as well. Team Elvis, you're lovely as well. That's so kind of you to say. Thank you. And unfortunately, because of what we've been through, it's like I feel I have to justify myself, which I shouldn't. You're right. It's very good advice. Thank you. Yeah, I love my family. I love how my kids, you know, when they reach that age, sort of 14, 15, 16, you become invisible. You can walk right past them and they don't even say anything. They do this. Hi, Dad. I think it's funny. I think it's all teenagers' mind. Horse Sense TV. Hi, Horse Sense TV. How are you? No, we can't please everyone. That is true. Let me know your name. Let us know your story about Elvis. I love hearing new stories about Elvis. What made you discover Elvis? Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, I do. I put the odd few on, don't I? Let's have a look. I was doing some last night. Let's have a look. I like because my wife's putting up the decorations. I've been sort of quickly grabbing pictures. Let's have a look. See, look. That's just Yasmin helping decorate the tree. It's not very clear. Let's see if there's any more. I took quite a few. I need to put them like there's obviously Tino was decorating his car garage. They're not brilliant pictures, but they mean a lot to me. Oh yeah, I started putting the decorations up outside the house. Look. This is a good one. Right, you ready, guys? This is the front of my house, yeah? And then inside there, you can see the tree. It's a bit, the light's a bit odd, but so just do that again a minute. So that's how it looks. You know, there's more to go out, but that's generally how the front of my house looks. Yeah. So Christmas is important to us. It really is. Right, here we are. Here's my wife. So my wife's doing the lounge. The kids are so excited about it, mind. Let's just get the one of my wife doing the lounge. Right, here we go. Yeah. So my wife, she's amazing the way she's doing the Christmas decorations. Okay, right. Yeah, welcome, Mr. Katz. Yeah, it is right. Look, I just want to warm my tea up. Now I am going to discuss something briefly, and then I'm going to go and walk the dogs, and I'm going to come back. Just 1 second, guys. Right, let's warm this tea up. Just 1 second, guys. Okay. Photo. Let's get a bit of honey in there, make it taste a bit sweeter. Right. Yeah. So yeah, and my wife, you know, she does. She knows what's happening. She knows what's going on. She literally can't believe it. My wife is like, "What is happening?" It's like, "What is going on?" That is my wife's reaction. Anyway, let's have a look. I remember as a kid, we're driving around to see the Christmas lights. It was one of the great family outings. Yes, we love Christmas, guys. Aurora did it amazing to tell it so beautiful. Yeah, she did. She's brilliant. Was there another name on it? Where are we? Is there a new person? Mystic Werewolf? Is there? I can't see it. Is there another name? I missed it. I didn't watch it. I refused. I can't even see it. Why is Mystic Werewolf? Oh, I see it. It's blacked out. Mystic Werewolf. Let me know where you're from. Mystic Werewolf, let us know where you're from. How are you an Elvis fan? Introduce yourself to Team Elvis. Okay, right. We did a bit of a werewolf thing the other day, didn't we? Right. Well, welcome to Team Elvis. Join in with us. We are a loving, friendly channel, and we love to bring in new people and discuss things. All right, you've been here before. Do you know what? Yeah, well, it's been a while, Mystic Werewolf. Welcome back. Welcome back. Tell us why you like Elvis. Come on, we want to hear your story. So there was, let me find it. Now, I think it was on, let's have a look. Right, so let me yes, it was on Defending Elvis Presley. And I was going to play it in small sections. Let's have a look. Right, so have any of you heard of Fern Cotton? She's a BBC interviewer. Have any of you heard of her? Well, I want to review her interview with Riley, but it's quite a long one. So I'm not going to review all of it now, but I'm going to just play a few little bits of it. But I actually think we should watch the whole interview together. I don't think we've got enough time to watch it, but I want to just play some clips. So Fern Cotton did an interview with Riley. I haven't watched it. I've only watched the first 5 minutes of it. I wanted to watch it with you. So if you don't mind, I'm going to just start playing a little bit of it, and we might have to come back and do a part 2, maybe even a part 3, because it's quite a long interview. I thought we could just listen to it together, and you tell me, guys, what you think. It seems beautiful. It seems like it comes really from the heart. Obviously, you know, I'm a massive Lisa Marie fan, a massive Riley fan. I don't know if you noticed, I posted a video. You know, I'm still saying we must demand justice for Lisa Marie. We must demand justice for Lisa Marie. Yeah. So actually, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it because it was too good. It's probably a few of you have watched it. All right. Hi guys, it's Louis. Right, I'm going to play this, guys, just because it's important that the justice for Lisa Marie bit is very important. It's very important that the book, let me just get the book. The book From Here to the Great Unknown must not be forgotten. We must keep bringing this book up. These sexual allegations, sexual abuse allegations of Michael Edwards. I know it's alleged, so it's for entertainment purposes only and our opinions. We must not forget what happened to poor Lisa Marie, and we will keep bringing it up until the authorities do something, till the authorities question Priscilla for her neglectful, terrible parenting of Lisa Marie. Priscilla has some serious questions to answer, and we won't just forget about it. We won't allow it to be swept under the carpet. We are going to keep pushing it. Okay, guys? So I posted this yesterday. Now, this is a different YouTube channel. I've only took a small clip from it. Let's give it a go, guys. And then we're going to discuss Fern's interview with Riley. Okay? Hi, guys. It's Louis at Defending Elvis Presley on YouTube. I just found this clip on YouTube. We must remember justice for Lisa Marie Presley. We must remember the book From Here to the Great Unknown is not forgotten, not swept under the carpet. We have these serious allegations about Michael Edwards. We must not forget them. We want justice for Lisa Marie. Here's a little clip, guys. Hope you enjoy it.
The encounters she describes are chilling, painting a picture of a man who abused his position of trust in the most appalling ways. What makes these revelations even more tragic is the fact that, according to Lisa Marie, her cries for help went unanswered. She recounts moments where she turned to her mother, desperate for protection, only to find that the person who should have been her fiercest advocate seemed to turn a blind eye. Despite the gut-wrenching accounts of what happened, Lisa Marie explains that Priscilla's inaction felt like a second betrayal. Each time she gathered the courage to confide in her mother, she was met with silence or hollow reassurances. Lisa Marie's words reflect the agony of realizing that her mother wasn't just unaware, she was allegedly complicit. Whether it was denial or something more complicated, Priscilla's unwillingness to remove Edwards from their lives left Lisa Marie to fend for herself in a world that had become increasingly dangerous. This sense of abandonment left scars that ran deeper than any physical harm could. Lisa's accounts reveal a girl who was not only victimized by Edwards, but also by the silence and seeming indifference of her mother, compounding the trauma with each passing day. The most horrifying realization comes from understanding that this wasn't an isolated incident, but rather a pattern that spanned years. Lisa Marie describes how she was left to navigate this dark reality alone, forced to endure Edwards' abuse while trying to reconcile the painful truth about her mother's choices. How could Priscilla, who knew so well the challenges of a public life, allow this to continue in the shadows? As we turn the page to the next section, Lisa Marie's story becomes even more intense.
So that's half of it. I want to break in because otherwise YouTube does its whole shut me down thing, doesn't it? Because it doesn't like me playing other people's footage for too long. But this is just a really good reminder of refreshing us of the wrongdoing to Lisa Marie. Some serious wrongdoing from Michael Edwards, alleged SA abuse from Michael Edwards. It's clearly in the book. Riley made sure it was kept in the book. Now, I also say this. Riley removed Priscilla from the cover of this book. Riley finished this book. So all the actions taken by Riley to finish the book, to remove Priscilla from the cover, to include the sexual abuse allegations alleged of Michael Edwards, and to show just how bad Priscilla's parenting was and how selfish Priscilla's parenting was. Priscilla put herself before her daughter is in this book. So Riley wanted it out there. Riley promoted this book, did a book tour. Riley wanted the negative stuff kept in this book. It's very important that we understand that.
Revealing the devastating impact this chapter of her life had on her future relationships and sense of self. But what else did she have to endure? The next part of her memoir delves into how she managed to survive these years and the hidden strength that would eventually help her confront her past. 1. Emotional climax. The trauma that Lisa Marie endured during her formative years cast a long shadow over her life, one that fans would eventually see reflected in her public persona. While the world marveled at her famous last name and the legacy she carried, few could truly grasp the pain that lay behind her eyes. Her memoir reveals a young girl who, instead of being protected and cherished, was left to grapple with the profound betrayal of those closest to her. The emotional wounds from those years ran deep, shaping her in ways that would influence everything from her relationships to her career choices. She grew up with a sense of isolation and mistrust, as the very people who should have shielded her from harm had instead allowed it to invade her life. As Lisa Marie transitioned into adulthood, the effects of her childhood experiences became more apparent. She describes a lingering sense of insecurity and a struggle to form lasting connections, as the pain of her past often resurfaced, leaving her feeling raw and exposed. In public appearances, fans noticed a certain guardedness about her, an emotional distance that hinted at the scars she carried beneath the surface. In her own words, Lisa Marie conveys the haunting loneliness of living a life under constant scrutiny, yet feeling as though no one truly understood the turmoil within.
Okay, guys, right. Let's just stop that. Now, I think, Debbie, you just mentioned Susanna Reid, who I'm a big fan of Susanna, interviewing Priscilla. Now, are you sure that Susanna Reid interviewed her? I'm trying to find it on here. Debbie, did she interview her? Because I can't find it. Anyway, we're going to put Fern Cottons on. Let's do that now, guys. Let's have a look. Just check your comments. Right. Have you read the book Elvis and Me by Mike Edwards? No. I do have that book, Joy. I do have it. I need to find it because it's in my loft. Do you know, Pat, about Bridget Cruz? She hasn't contacted me. She said she was going to email me and contact me. Nothing's happened, so I don't think so. Don't think so. So I've heard nothing. So, which is a bit worrying, isn't it, guys? But right, let's get this interview up. Okay, let's have a look. Let's get this interview up. Now I'm going to play it in sort of 5-minute sections, as long as it allows me to.
Do they want to hang out with?
Right, are we ready, guys? Right, let's have a look. Let's just play. We're not going to do all of this now because we don't have enough time, but I think I'll play a few sections of it. Come on, open up. Now, probably most of you haven't seen this, but as far as I know, this happened very recently, could have even been yesterday. The reason I know about it is because one of you guys had put it on Defending Elvis Presley's Messenger. So just in case you don't know, we run a Facebook page called Defending Elvis Presley. A Facebook page called Defending Elvis Presley. Please join it, and there's a 24-hour chat that we love it when you guys join. You get to know each other. You share your documents, your pictures, your videos, all your information. So please join Defending Elvis Presley's Facebook page and join the 24-hour chat. Yeah? Okay, now remember, I haven't heard this. Yeah? I've only listened to the first few minutes. So let's just see what we think. This is beautiful, Riley. We're massive fans of Riley. We defend all of the bloodline. We fully support Riley, Finley and Harper. Of course, all of the bloodline. All of the bloodline, yeah?
Me, like, do I have value? Or is it they want to go to Elvis's house? The thing that I really learned from this book or became completely cognizant of is the fact that she was so close to her dad. The loss of him kind of dictated her whole life, and not the Elvis part, like the loss of that bond. I always knew she was in grief. Could feel that from a very young age, that there was sadness there. We loved going to Graceland because my mom's version of Graceland that she still liked to create for us was this place where she felt wild and free. Addiction has had a huge part in both the loss of my brother and my mom. That experience kind of led her to this place of kind of hopelessness. Riley, I'm so happy to kind of meet you over our laptops. I'm so happy to kind of meet you too. Thank you for having me. I've been wanting to get you on the podcast for so long. I just adored your performance in Daisy Jones. I thought you were mesmerising. Thank you. You just, I was such a fan of the book. We've had Taylor on the podcast and I'm just in awe of her writing. I think she's incredible. But you guys brought so much magic to the screen. Did it feel like that on set when you were filming it, that you were doing something special? It was really fun. So I don't know what that means, but it was just like, especially the rehearsal time we had together. It was like, it felt like we weren't at work, and it felt kind of like we'd show up every day and, go to rehearsal and I guess like, yeah, it just had this feeling of like just going to hang out with friends, and I would constantly find myself like feeling like I wasn't doing enough work because it felt so fun, So yeah, it was really special, and a lot of the people who I got to work with, I had a really great time with, and I think that we got really lucky with our cast, in that like all of us were very like selfless and like giving actors to one another, and I think that that's pretty uncommon with so many people. There's bound to be one person who's a little bit, I don't know, like has a different process, but I would say for the most part, like we were all just nice people, and I think that goes a long way. Oh my God, it certainly does, especially when you're doing something new and something that everyone's going to watch. You want it to be enjoyable. Yeah, and I think in that way, like none of us had ever done anything like this, so we were all kind of having the same experience. Like I had never sang, Sam had never sang. A lot of the guys on the show like had played music, but not like in years. So it felt like this, like there was room to mess up and no pressure in a way, and that part was really fun. Oh, it's just so good. I might have to, I think over Christmas, I'm just going to watch it all again. You should. Watch it again. It's just so joyful. I loved it. And obviously you've been with Taylor recently because she's been interviewing you on your book tour dates, right? She did the LA live talk, which was so much fun. And she texted me before and she was like, Linda. I'm just going to try and keep it, light if possible, because a lot of the stuff in the book is heavier. And I really appreciated that because it gets really draining talking about, your personal trauma all day. So I just thought that was like really thoughtful of her and it was really fun. Like we were able to have a really fun conversation. And actually Sam was there from Daisy Jones, and randomly he texted me and was like, can I come? So he was just sitting. That was so nice. So he was just sitting right in the front row, and I felt like we were back doing Daisy Jones press. It was really funny. That's so nice. But it's so beautiful, and it's testament to that experience you guys had on set, that you're all friends and you want to hang out and support each other. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. This book, which we've just touched on, I just found it just felt like a privilege to read it. And I think it's for all the reasons that you've just mentioned. It is incredibly personal and raw and at times unbelievably honest, which is
you know, they're all the ingredients to make a good book, I suppose. But I just raced through it. I thought it was so beautifully done. And this, of course, was a book that your mum had sort of, she'd reached out to you before she died and said, I need help with my story. I can't.
Right, I'll probably start commenting a bit now, because obviously she's gonna get more serious now. I just want you to know, guys, when it comes to the book From Here to the Great Unknown, to me, that book is the biggest Elvis thing that has happened since Elvis died. This book is massively important because we know that this book is truth. This book is truth. Every single other book that has ever been released will not be as truthful as this. This is from the horse's mouth. It's very, very important. And this is why it must not be swept under the carpet. It must not be forgotten. We must get justice for Lisa Marie and the wrongdoing that is brought up in this book. Anyway, guys, let's keep going. Let's keep listening, yeah?
Quite collate the stories and get them together to form this book. How was that for you at that point? Because it's quite a rare thing that a mum and daughter or father and son or whatever get to sit down and really look over someone's life like that. You know, I haven't done that with my mum, and I have regret about not doing that with, say, my grandparents, because, you know, there's all these brilliant stories that haven't been unearthed, and you don't get to learn who your parents are necessarily outside of the role that they hold as a mum or a dad. So what was that like for you?
Well, first of all, it's something I keep telling people, to ask their parents to, like, record your parents telling their story, because there's so much you don't know. And I mean, in my case, there wasn't so much I didn't know, but it's just, it's a really special thing to have when they pass away, in terms of your family's history. And I just felt really blessed to have 16 tapes of her going through her entire life, from birth until present day. And I mean, the timing of it was really strange. You know, she asked me to help her finish the book in December, and she died in January. So it was really bizarre timing. And it was very odd. Like, we had a phone call with her and her manager, and we were basically talking about, like, what she wanted from the book and what she felt like where she was getting stuck. And basically she felt that, I think she just, like, didn't like talking about herself, honestly, and just felt like a bit over it, and kind of like, I don't want to, like, I don't see the part. She lost sort of the reason why she started, you know, writing it and talking about herself. And she was very, like, shy and had low self-esteem. And so I think that she wanted somebody else to kind of, what she said was, you know me better than I know myself. Like, can't you help me? You know, can't you write it? And I was like, of course I'll help you. Not thinking that, like, she would die a few weeks later, you know? So that was, of course, on my mind when she passed away. And it was a really intense process, because it was.
So I just want to, let me just go back a bit on that. So I'm just trying to message everyone that have not joined us, in case they don't know that we're live. So I'm not ignoring this. I'm just quickly messaging everyone to tell them to join us. Now, I 100% don't believe, not for a second, did they think Lisa Marie was going to die. I know she was very unwell at the Golden Globe Awards, but I don't think anybody thought she was going to die. So when Lisa asked Riley one day to help her finish the book, obviously Lisa's done these 16 tapes, and she spoke to her daughter. We know that Lisa worshipped her children. We also know that she was devastated and just couldn't accept what had happened with Benjamin. Of course not, yeah? But Riley never knew that she was going to be finishing this book because her mother had died. This is what makes it all just so sad. So this completely came out of the blue. And this, I always say this about the book. Now, we know Lisa asked Riley to finish it, but Riley didn't have to finish the book. See, some people, they try to question Riley and say that she doesn't defend her mother properly, that she doesn't defend Elvis's bloodline properly, because she doesn't bring up the sexual abuse allegations against Michael Edwards in the interviews that she's done around the world. Now, my answer to that is, I don't think she's allowed to. I think if she brings up the sexual abuse allegations with Michael Edwards, these alleged abuse allegations, I think she could be facing a very serious lawsuit from Michael Edwards. Also, even with Priscilla's bad parenting, her neglectful parenting, I think Riley's worried to bring it up. She doesn't want the hassle and the mess of a public lawsuit with her own grandmother. Yeah. So, no, the way that Riley defends Lisa, her mother, is by finishing the book. She chose to finish the book. I know I've said this many times. Riley made the decision to finish this book. She didn't have to. Riley made the decision to remove Priscilla from the cover. Riley made the decision to keep the negative details about Priscilla and Michael Edwards in the book. Riley clearly defends her mother, clearly. And the book does all the talking. The book, the removal of Priscilla does all the talking. The decision to finish the book and do a book tour does all the talking. That's how we defend Lisa. That's how we expose Michael Edwards, expose Priscilla's wrongdoing. Okay, guys?
Of course, I'll help you. Not thinking that like she would die a few weeks later, you know. So that was, of course, on my mind when she passed away, and it was a really intense process, because it was shortly after she died, a couple months, I got these tapes from the book, because I basically just was being sent everything when she died of hers from people, like that they had of hers, her records, her songs, her, you know, everyone was kind of sending me everything, going, you know, you should have this. And in that process, I you know, the unfinished book was a part of the things she kind of hadn't finished that I was, you know, I don't know, thinking with, I guess. And I got sent the tapes, and they were just, it was very hard to listen to them to start, but once I started, it was really therapeutic and like nice, because it felt like she was in the room, or I was on the phone with her after you know, listening for 35 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. So it was a really unique experience, because I think often when people lose their parents or loved ones, you have like some videos, these short little videos to watch, or like voicemails, or, you know, and especially now, because we don't, like in the 90s, you'd video like the whole Christmas morning on your camcorder, you know, but now we just video these like little clips. So I found that with my brother, because my brother passed away too, where I just had these little clips of him, and I would just hold on, like I would just watch them over and over again, because they're so tiny, you know. And with her, I just had so much of her talking, and so it was really special. And I knew that I was really lucky to have that. And then I basically just started laying her story out, and to me, it felt like the only way to fill in the gaps that were missing was me doing it. And I wasn't going to pretend that I was her. So I thought, you know, I just have to do it in my own voice. And it wasn't necessarily something I wanted to do. Like, I don't like attention on myself, and I don't like kind of, you know, the way she raised me, I'll say, was to not do something like this, you know, to not kind of go out in the press, and like, she was very private. So I think her desire to write the book was after experiencing a lot of suffering and wanting to, an addiction and loss, and really wanting to like help people, you know, and feeling like, well, if I've experienced, what's the point of experiencing all this if I can't share my story and connect with people, you know. And though she's in a unique circumstance where she's Elvis's daughter, you know, it's a very human story, and the themes are very human, and it's about, you know, loneliness and love and loss and grief and addiction and having children, and, you know, very relatable things. So yeah, so back to me writing the book. It was hard. I was resistant to doing it because just the idea of me like writing an autobiography just felt so out of character for me, honestly.
Right. Now, let me just, there was one comment that stood out. I think it was Manja with the Scientology thing. I mean, Manja, you're quite new here. We are massively against Scientology. Massively, massively against it. It's one of the most horrible things that ever happened to Lisa Marie and her children, Benjamin and Riley. Yeah. I know Serge Del Mar, a famous YouTube channel that is covering abuse of children in Scientology. We are completely against it. Now, I understand, you know, Danny Q, even Riley, and even Lisa, they were quite involved with Scientology. I also understand that Priscilla took this stupid decision to offload Lisa Marie to Scientology so that she could get on with her own life. Priscilla put herself first. She wanted a movie career, acting, a model. She wanted to be a business entrepreneur. You know, she loved men. Priscilla loved men, loved chasing after men. I completely understand that we are horrified by Scientology. Yeah. But in my opinion, don't tarnish Riley with it, because remember, Riley, she didn't have to do this book. She didn't have to. She's a wealthy woman. Even before Lisa died, Riley was a wealthy, successful, self-made woman. Yeah. So I agree that they do have friends involved in the Scientology world, but we fully defend Riley. I think Riley's in a very awkward position, but I also think this. She did bring this book out. She did finish this book. She didn't have to. She didn't have to leave Priscilla off this book. She didn't have to finish this book. She did it to defend her mother, Lisa Marie Presley. So when I hear the gossip that Riley doesn't defend her mother, it infuriates me, because she does defend her mother. It's all here in black and white. Anyway, guys, let's keep going. Let's get back to it. Typical, it's gone off now. Let's just find it again. Here we go. Right, let's keep listening. It's very interesting.
So it was a bit uncomfortable, but it was kind of the only way to do it, was to insert myself into the story.
Yeah, I found your parts utterly fascinating, because, of course, you've got an entirely different perspective, and you're seeing your mum go through certain circumstances and the impact of that for everybody. I thought there were beautiful additions to the story, and really gave a really full-bodied sense of who she was. And, you know, you've said this a moment ago, and you talk about it in the book. You say that you kind of spent your whole life trying to work out why she had this profound sense of low self-esteem and unworthiness. Do you think, from perhaps listening to the tapes, perhaps the process of actually getting it on paper, that you're anywhere closer to working out why?
I think there's a few more clues that I have. You know, I think that from the minute she was born, people had agendas with her in their friendships and relationships, which would kind of make someone go, do they want to hang out with me? Like, do I have value? Or is it they want to go to Elvis's house, you know? And I can tell you from my own life experience that that's something I've experienced too. You know, like, I definitely as a child would have a lot of experiences where kids would kind of say, can we go to your house? Like, is your mom there? Is Michael Jackson there? Like that was a lot of my childhood. So I can understand the feeling of like, is my friendship of any worth to you? Am I of any worth, or am I just this whatever kind of thing? So I think that had to do with it. And then along with the fact that she kind of was born into crazy amounts of fame and on the cover of newspapers since literally the day she was born, and the headlines were pretty cruel a lot of her life, especially in her teen years and later in her life, in the 90s too, like 80s and 90s. It was pretty brutal the way that magazines would talk about women. And like, I remember as a child going to the grocery store and seeing these awful headlines like Lisa Marie, photos of her saying she was fat and saying, Lisa Marie is headed towards the grave, like these big headlines, like Lisa Marie is going to end up like her dad, overweight and losing her mind, like just on drugs, like when she wasn't on drugs at all, like just really awful things to look at yourself, to see every day. And when I say every day, I mean every day. Like that was the 90s and the early 2000s. Like it was every single day in the stores. It was right there. And so I think that would make you definitely insecure. And I think that she just didn't also have a lot of really close relationships in her life. She didn't have a lot of truly like deep friendships and relationships. Obviously it's ideal that we don't need that to feel our own self-worth, but I think that for her, like, I think there was almost like none of it, so I think that she didn't really have anyone saying like, you're amazing, until she was older and, with my dad and some relationships she had, but
I'm just making a coffee, guys.
So I don't know the one, I don't think there's one reason. I think it was just a lot of things that made her, insecure.
Yeah, I mean, it's an extraordinary life from day one. There's not much normalcy there at all, and she's just having to cope and learn each day how to survive in that sort of environment. And I guess the thing that I really learned from this book, or became completely cognizant of, is the fact that she was so close to her dad. And I think, you get an inkling of that just from knowing the story and the history of Elvis and the family dynamics. But it seemed like they had this inextricable bond, and that really, and I don't know what your thoughts are on this, that she never actually really got over his death. It was sort of with her.
Yeah, and I want to just comment on this bit. Obviously, massively, we're talking about this book. Yeah, the dogs have just arrived back. But guys, one thing that stood out in that book is let me just let the dogs calm down a minute. I'm gonna go in a minute, guys, but I just want to comment on that bit. What really stood out, is that Lisa and Elvis were much, much closer than we all realized. Much, much closer than we all realized. So we knew they were close, guys. We knew, but the book, she never ever got over losing her dad. Also, she remembered all her time with her father, Elvis, from a very, very small child to the day that he died. She remembered it so well, so well. I don't think she ever got over losing her dad. I don't think we understood as fans just how close they were, just how important Lisa was to Elvis, even more important than Gladys. Yeah, their closeness was very, very, very special. And, we worship Gladys. Gladys is amazing. The closeness that Elvis had with Gladys is phenomenal. I think Elvis, I can't explain. There was nothing more important to Elvis than Lisa. Nothing. I really believe that. And it was a two-way thing. I think Lisa Marie, every day of her life to the day she died, missed her father, missed that closeness, and always had very beautiful, fond memories of her father. Beautiful, beautiful, fond memories. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to go. There's nearly 50 of you been watching. I'm so grateful that you guys have joined us. Now, I'm going to come back and we're going to carry on with this. I got to go, guys. Take care, guys. Love you all. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it so much. Please subscribe. Please like. If you like what I've done, buy us a coffee and please become a member. Take care, guys.